Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Rhonda and T. Tonight we are reviewing The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 12. But before we start,
Subscribe our channel.
Aww.
And if you do not subscribe, I will punch you.
you gonna punch me if you don't? You can't say that. Oh my God. Don't matter. Anyway, Karen and Ray. They at this little comedy show venue. She let us know, excuse me, she's the first non-comedian to hold a show here. So they there, had a little pictures and stuff up front. She did a little walkthrough with Matt. She's still not clear what her program is.
I feel like, well, two things I feel like. First of all, this is the kind of venue Robin and Giselle should have had, not no damn amphitheater. Like, this is not, what's that thing we used to go to down to the IMA with the ice skating? This is not the ice capades.
Arena.
Yeah, like, why are you doing that? Karen shit is always bullshit. Like, she had the African birthday coming to America party. She had, every time Karen do something and be like, what is happening?
Yeah. But
you never really know what she doing.
She didn't know. This seemed like this was more Matt vision and she's just here to host it. Okay. That's what it seems like.
I think Karen would be fine at hosting things, but I don't understand, why are we going to buy tickets to this? Makes no more sense than Robin and Giselle. At least they do have a podcast. They're just boring.
I tell you what, it was presented better because I looked it up online. It looks really good. She had more than one show though.
She had real entertainers there though.
Yeah, it looks really good. And it was way more.
I remember Jasmine from RuPaul.
Well, I tell you what, everybody looked like they had more fun than at the other one.
Yeah.
Well, Ray wasn't know this is gonna be a grinder party. Okay, because he said he know all about grinder party because of Michael. Okay. She was like, honey, I said that. He ain't said I said that. Well, he remembered that. He remember Michael and Grinder.
I want to be that senior citizen. I want to be an old person talking about y'all down to the grinder.
So Jacqueline goes over to visit Mia and Gordon. The thing about them is they trying to portray this false image out there. You see them with the kids reading the book, and then the doorbell ring, and they go to the door together. I was like, who did that?
And it's their throuple.
Who does that? When your doorbell ring, do you and yours go to the door together?
No, we have a person that answers our door for us.
Usually it's the kid. Like, I get it. Who is that?
Yeah, we don't all go to the door together.
But hey,
you know what I always feel like? If it's like that, it's like, is she allowed to like breathe? You know, I know this is all for TV. I'm not saying that about Gordon, but usually it's like those weird husbands that don't let their wife do anything outside of their footstep. I don't think, was he at the door? Or was it just her and the kids?
Her, Mia and Gordon went to the door together.
Well, they leave the sweet little nest of reading to their babies to go meet up with their throuple, with their third.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, usually the guy is not even around. If Mia was coming over, they'd be like, oh, that's your girl. Okay. And they go to the other room. But he right there with them. He in the kitchen.
I was going to say, he probably stayed around long enough to say, what's up? Say something, you know, funny. And then.
And then bounce.
Out.
Well, they started talking about, because the three of them are sitting down, and they started talking about them, Jacqueline being questioned at the podcast about the two of them showering together. And they think it's something sexual, and it's not. It's not a threesome.
You know what I think? I think y'all are too old to be like playing like this. Is like nobody gives a shit if y'all are having a threesome because we all grown enough to know that people do what people do. But what y'all are giggly like you 16, like come on.
Stupid. That's stupid. Then they brought up the car. Well, now we know who bought the car. So she said the car is in her name. But G helped her get the money for the car for the down payment. She qualified to get the car, but G paid the down payment for the car because she was having issues trying to leave her relationship. So she didn't have the money.
Sorry. That doesn't make sense. Stop lying. It sounds stupid because you qualify for the car, I'm assuming, because G put a big enough down payment on the car for you to qualify. Why you gotta get a Porsche? Can you afford that? You was talking about you coming out of a relationship and it was
too much. And she was like, and you helped me out because you love me. He was like, well, Mia loves you. Oh, you don't love me? I was like, oh, that shit is so awkward. So awkward. And then what was weird though, when they first sat down together, it was a big thing about she sitting between us. I was
because
like,
they keep doing that. Like y'all, you can't be like uncomfortable when she's sitting between us, but y'all was rubbing on each other in the shower and then bumping and grinding on each other. Y'all, Mia just make shit up as she
I'm
go
like, are
on.
y'all getting y'all story straight? Because y'all
They
seem like
not.
all
They clearly
over.
no.
Probably because y'all having this conversation with Mia. Mia probably done told y'all two different things because she can't remember her life from one minute to the next. So we over here with Ashley PYTs.
The what? What you call them? What you call them?
Her PYTs, her pretty young things. Is what
that
she
ain't
said.
what I call them.
Mm.
I call them the RTF.
What's her RTF?
Because they got some really tight faces. All three of them. Well, maybe not one of them. First of all, homegirl made her in the orange, the brown friend.
The brown girl?
She had one brown friend who didn't have a tight face. I'm going to take that back. The brown friend didn't have a tight face.
She's about the best looking one.
But she had a sweaty ass. And I want to know why y'all, I live in Florida. Never have I ever gone anywhere with a whole sweat stain down my ass when I'm walking around.
Who did? The brown girl?
With the orange dress, yeah. So when they walked in the thing, she had a big sweat stain down her behind.
Okay. Well, they don't wear panties.
Well, they need to figure that out, though. That's what I'm saying. It can't be hotter in Potomac than it is in Kissimmee.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, them was some tight faces.
Well, she said these are her friends because they have been through similar situations, and these are girls that she hang with, including Deborah. Okay, that's Deborah.
She was itching for a moment. She was like, I was like, she trying to be in every conversation. Girl, you gotta go. I don't have no hair. You got to. Yeah. That's it.
It was too much. We're gonna have a shots. It was too much. It was way too much.
Every time we start, I need you to start there. Every time you do the intro.
Welcome to Shoot the Shit.
That's it.
With my dentist. It was too much. Oh my God.
Tight face friend. But I need eyebrows.
Oh yeah, you gotta draw them eyebrows on. Yeah. So Giselle come through.
I mean,
and they try to get her to do shots, but she's not
what she wants, but she ain't got a tight face. So now she's the old friend because they're the young things, and she's the old friend because she called herself, she
they was a little offended. Tight face over next to Ashley was a little offended because she was like, you need to take a shot. That's your initiation. And when Giselle didn't, she was kind of looking like frowned up. I was like, oh, yeah, her feelings come.
And Giselle's like, I do what I want. You do what I say do.
You're on my show. I'm giving you a little time to
She wouldn't
shine.
be wrong about that. And she doesn't have a tight face. She might have big ankles and a long neck, but she definitely doesn't have a tight
That
face.
wig. Yeah. So apparently everybody at this table was there at the spring fling, including Deborah, who was like, it's my turn to tell the stories. So what happened was, so she said Chris came over to her and she was like, you know how I'm looking straight, but he over to the side and I could see him staring at me. I was like, he probably trying to figure out what the hell is going on with that face and them eyebrows and all of that going on.
I want to know, first of all, you know, everybody wants to be all politically correct and not calling this girl ugly. She ugly because her attitude is ugly. And that's what makes her ugly, only part of the way. I think the other thing is, I don't know how old she is, but she doesn't seem old enough to have that much tight Botox, whatever the hell they're doing to their face. I don't know why. Ashley doesn't, but I don't know why these young girls are over here doing all
They
that
all do
crap
that
to
so
their
young.
face.
I don't understand that. They always do that, even on the Housewives. They be so young getting that done. That's
why
crazy.
Giselle don't look crazy. Like she's ugly because her attitude's ugly, but not, you know, I'm like, what is y'all doing?
Well, look
You
here.
the one said you
That
was
girl-
young. Y'all even named your crew. My crew don't have no name aside from the one that their mama gave them. We just go by the names we were born with. So, you know.
Well, they PYT.
Sure.
They think they pretty young things. And I think that was a slight at, I think Ashley gave them that name as a slight to the other girls on the cast. That's where that came from.
Well, all the other girls on the cast don't have tight faces like your pretty young thing crew. So, I mean, except for Mia, who falls right into that same category. Yeah. She's another one with.
Yeah. Well, look here. She said Chris came over. He introduces himself to her. And that ain't the story that the producer showed us, because they show her reaching out, going out to Chris. Hey, I'm Deborah. He was like, okay, I'm Chris.
I like your
my
shirt.
husband's name is Chris.
I love your shirt. That's a pretty pink. She was over there striking up a conversation.
She was doing the most.
Just like Ashley told her to.
I was just gonna say that it was all set up by Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then she said Happy Eddie came over there smiling. She was like, child, I wouldn't even know he was married if I didn't already know. Really? Because he came over there smiling. Child, how selfish.
He was smiling because he was glad to see Chris, his friend.
And they showed
See, y'all
that.
can't smile for real because you froze your pretty young faces. They all froze up, so you're not used to smiles, but that's what that is.
Child.
Giselle doesn't smile because she doesn't have a soul, so she don't need a smile.
I didn't see him say nothing to her. I see him talk to Chris. Child, please.
So everybody's husband in the group, where was Ray? Ray was over there smiling at you too, probably.
Well, Giselle has sent.
He was distracted by Katie.
Katie over there. Mm-hmm.
Who's also very beautiful. As crazy as she is, her face ain't froze.
Mm-hmm. So, actually gonna say all my friends witnessed it. Him over there flirting. My friends are not liars. Well, first of all, the others did not co-sign her story. They really was looking a little annoyed when she was telling the story. Did you see them say, yep, that's what happened? They was kind of giving faces.
Hear that part. I didn't hear that part.
They was actually making faces like this girl is full of shit. That's what I saw. Y'all go back to
Chocolate girl was like with her straw, like.
Yeah. It was a little too much. So as she say, look here, she's just looking out for Candace because she's trying to have a baby and she don't want the same thing that happened to her to happen to Candace. You go out there, you have a baby, and then your husband end up cheating on her down the road. I was like, Your husband didn't cheat on you after you had the baby. Your husband kept doing the same shit
He
he
was
was
cheating
doing.
before the babies.
And it wasn't even cheating. You was allowing it. You knew what he was out
Right,
here
y'all
doing.
had a thing, but I think
That's not cheating.
like he was doing stuff like without her.
And she was fine with it until she had the baby. Her words, not ours, saying she wanted to change after she had them babies.
After she had the baby.
Yeah, but you were fine with it prior to. Turn that down. She want Candace's situation. She want Chris to be Michael so bad, and he's not. You keep trying to put Michael energy on Chris, and that's not the situation. I'm gonna need her to stop.
I mean, Chris ain't never been that. Like, they done talked about him not working and all of that stuff, and that may or may not be true. I think it's hard to go into a relationship as a man with a woman who not only has more money than you, like, you know, Mama Joyce over there, she still ain't giving Todd no time a day, and he has proved himself over and over again. He wasn't even broke coming into the situation. He just didn't have equal money to Candy. Now this one Chris comes into a situation where his wife comes from money. So now he got to deal with the mama's attitude. So I don't know, unless he was very wealthy, you know what I'm saying? That's about what it was going to be. But nobody ever said he was over here being a sneaky link and now he flirting. He can't control himself. That's how bad it is. He goes in every room with his wife standing there and can't freaking control himself, so much so that he has to flirt with every person in the room.
He trying everything that Michael is, she's trying to put it on Chris. That's Michael. Michael couldn't control himself. She was right there in the room and he was over there grabbing that producer's ass. He cannot control himself.
The producer, Katie's husband, he smacked Katie's husband's ass. He already said he wanted to suck Juan's dick.
Yep.
I think Chris, what is Chris? Chris Samuels, he was afraid to say any.
Well, that's understandable. That's understandable. So then, girl Deborah wants to know, well, when you told Candace, did she appreciate it? And they was like, no, she didn't appreciate it. Well, next time I see her, we'll have to have a longer conversation. I was like, because you planning it, you already know you're gonna see her again. That's what we doing. Okay, Ashley.
I don't even think that's something that's normal to look forward to. Like, if somebody's husband was like being inappropriate, I'ma tell you. And then I would be like, I don't even want to go over there because I don't even have to look at that lady because I don't want no parts of any of that. I'm not like excited to like, well, next time I see her, I can't wait to tell her how her husband looked in my direction for longer than 30 seconds.
Did Ashley tell this woman if she kept it spicy, she might have a shot as a cast member on this show or something?
Oh, clearly.
Yeah. Oh, he was putting it on. And then
Actually, we really don't like you that much. I don't know why you think we want to be introduced to your friends.
And we don't like you because in the next note you said, do I have to say something to Wendy now? Smiling. So happy.
When have you not seen her smiling though?
Smiling. Because she feel like I have to say something because, you know, if she find out, you know, it wouldn't be right. And then Giselle sitting up there geeking it up. Ashley, girl, you got some work to do, sweetie. I was like, y'all all disgusting. She like,
well, you know, I had somebody confront me because my man said hello. Not even hello.
Hello?
Like,
oh, just away?
Yeah.
And he being sneaky.
They felt like I needed to know that, yeah.
Well, speaking of Wendy is losing her mind at home. Look here. That little girl was down there choking the brother and everything. Like, I could watch her all day.
Wendy and that little girl?
That little girl.
She said her daddy was smiling. The baby said... We gonna just call them Eddie's kids because he
Yeah.
spit them children out.
Yes, he did. So she sit down with Eddie and she tells Eddie that she had lunch with Ashley, and Ashley friend said that Eddie was being flirtatious, calling him all happy Eddie. And she was like, "Oh, not happy Eddie, girl. No." She wanted her to get mad, but that ain't what she got. She got that happy Eddie. She said, "So what was the issue?" And she said he was over there smiling. Eddie was like, "Damn, I can't even smile." Then she like, "Eddie, you smile at everybody." Nope, that's the problem. You can't smile. Honey, she said she ain't
That's
worried
what I'm
about
saying.
it.
Like, I feel like when you look at the only time he wasn't smiling was when she said Peter was his friend, and he said, "No, Peter is your friend." That's the
Yeah.
only time I didn't see Eddie smiling. And then after that, then Peter got fired. He's no
Okay.
longer in the friend group. So
She said Eddie's very happy. She ain't got nothing to be concerned about, okay? He's happy with what he got home. I was like, baby, not with that one. He showed
well, hopefully he ain't gonna leave home for Grover. I want
no. If he probably was trying, Grover was probably going through his mind when he looked at her. He almost probably laughed when he said, "Sure, it's too much."
And she over there swinging her hair in the corner.
Girl, child. So the Green-Eyed Bandits
like
then met up.
Low-key, like irritated. I felt like he was bothered when she was talking to him.
Well, Chris the whole time was looking at his phone. It was like he really didn't want to be there.
But I mean, the way
You
he
know
was
what I'm
answering
saying?
her, you know how you be walking or somewhere with your headphones on and somebody keep trying to talk to you anyway, and you're like, "Do you see me not trying to?" That's how he was answering her, like, "Yeah, thanks. Yes, a lot of people named Chris."
Yeah. Thank God the producers was there to catch everything with y'all lying asses. Y'all wasn't expecting that, Ashley, huh?
That just lets you know that they be having stuff, and then depending on their storyline.
Well, she should expect the producers to tape everything after the incident with Michael harassing one of their own people. So they's like, make sure all of this been taped.
She don't know. She's not a real cast member. She wasn't thinking about him being mic'd up. He's mic'd up, you dumbass. Both of you. Well, maybe she wasn't. Maybe she wasn't mic'd up because she was just at the party and there was no interaction with her there.
And he was mic'd up.
He's wearing a mic,
and they
you
caught
dummy.
it on his mic. Yeah. So the Green-Eyed Bandits, they meet up with Mia. Girl, Robin was walking around with them blue jeans on with that little flat butt of hers. So I was like, girl, don't put them on. I'm tired of her walking around with these little shorts on, because she had on biker shorts the last time, and these little.
Maybe not giving a care about where she going. You can tell how important she thinks your event is based on how she shows up. Who called this meeting?
She gonna show up late every time. Yeah. So Mia talked about her son was sick, child. His nuts was hurting because he didn't have on compression socks. So it started building up fluid while he was playing football or whatever. So they had a little short talk about that. Giselle was like, I got girls. Thank God I don't have to deal with the nut sack. Okay.
I mean, I never had to deal with it, but my son wasn't that little playing football. So you know what I'm saying? When he played football, he was old enough to know.
Well, that's on her to make sure her son had on the right equipment.
I feel like that's part of the uniform, isn't it?
Yeah. Then they brought up Karen saying that Mia took a flashlight and explored Jacqueline's hoo-ha. Okay. And then she was like, well, she asked me to look, and Robin was like, wow, was she itching? I was like, right, Robin. So she was like, girl, no, I went in there with tongs and everything.
Do these people not have a doctor? What? It
made no sense. Well, you changing the story though, because the last
That's
time you
because they
told
be
it, you
making
said you
stuff
wanted to
up.
go to school.
That's because she be making stuff up. Now she told
She
that
said
shit
she
to
wanted to go to
Giselle
school to be a
first.
gynecologist. Yeah,
Yeah, but she told that story to Giselle first.
yeah. Now you mad because Giselle mentioned it again that Karen said, but you initially told them, Giselle.
I'm just saying, that's why she forgetting. She told Giselle some shit, then Giselle told Karen, then Karen came to her and she put some more on it. And now, you know, you're the one that started this story. You did.
Right, right. Then Giselle was like, well, girl, why you ain't tell us about you, Peter, and Peter girlfriend and Gordon? Okay. She was like, because it didn't come up. I was like, the hell it didn't. That's what Wendy said to your ass. That's what she said. What's going on?
Are you messing with Peter? Are you sleeping
Yeah.
with Peter?
What you mean it didn't come up? That's a come up, baby. That's what the question was.
Listen,
why are you mad?
if she was sleeping with Peter, it would be less weird than the story that she did tell.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, she said it had nothing to do with his girlfriend. Child stuff. So then she told the story that, you know, the girlfriend messed around with Gordon, but they didn't have sex. She just, you know, got him all happy, messed around with him on their wedding night. Well, nope, it was the bachelorette party. She kept switching it. They crashed the party because, well, why
now,
was she
I'm
there?
thinking, since your friend, who's Peter's girlfriend, whatever, was so willing to be rubbing all up on Gordon on his bachelorette party, that means that y'all found her at the dinner place with the lingerie and the titty bar and the sauna, whatever the gentleman club. Did she work there? Because I mean, not every friend is gonna be willing to be rubbing all up on your husband. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
she's supposed to have been the singer at the wedding. But she went with her to crash the party.
but she was already there. Or they went together.
Yeah, they switched.
Yeah,
She switched
see what happened when
it.
you lie. It's just so hard to remember the shit you said.
Yeah,
and
she switched it. Child, so she get mad. I said, well, Karen wouldn't be mad if I told the real reason why she was mad at Sharif. Girl, ain't no real reason. Y'all keep.
I
You
don't
already know
think she's mad at
reason is.
Sharice. I think she's not entertaining Sharice.
Well, them girls
Right.
was all up in it. What? It is a reason. Tell us. Why is she mad? I knew it was something. They want to
How
bring
is
this
it mad
out
that
so
if
bad.
you just don't mess with somebody? Like, if I don't mess with you, I just don't. Like, I don't really need a reason. It's just that ain't what it is. We don't.
And I mean, it's okay to say the last time she was on the show, she came up with that mess about blue eyes, and I
ain't messed with her no more since then. But I don't think she's mad about that. She's just like,
that's it.
She's like, if you want to be on the show,
whole
bitch, it won't be
story.
so figure out another way. Use Robin to get on the show. She's the one that brought you here. You're not going to use me to get on the show. Cherie has nothing to bring.
Showtime for the Grand Dame and friends. Okay. The Grand Dame says she got a little fan base called the La Dames. Okay, she had me cracking up because she said to Robin, "Do you have the Robins?" I got the La Dames. Do you got the Robins? No, I didn't think so.
So then, if we had a fan base like that, we had a name for, what would they be called? The shits.
The shooters. The shooters.
The shit shooters.
The shit shooters. There you go. Did you see somebody call Giselle Karen when she had walked in? And she was like, I'm not Karen, I'm Giselle. I was like, oh, they hurt her feelings. Oh, they hurt her feelings. Child Ashley bought Deborah as her plus one. Candace came with her mama. They all sitting around because nobody's really clear what the show is about, but they all came to support because it's Karen, right? So while they're sitting there waiting on the show and stuff to start, somebody mentioned, I don't know, I thought it was Giselle, that Sharice was in her feelings because she didn't get an invitation from
So Karen,
Karen.
why didn't they bring her? They get a +1. Why
Well,
didn't
that's
Robin?
what she did. They said that they tried, all of them tried to bring her as a +1, but she didn't want to come because she wanted the invitation from Karen.
Oh,
So
well,
that's
you don't
why
want
she
to
didn't
come.
show up.
Karen
Well,
doesn't want you
she's not
there.
at home. Guess she just stay at home then.
He don't want you there.
Child, she said, then they said that Sharice, I guess they had a group test. So Sharice sent the video of Mia and Karen dancing, and Karen's titty popped up out of her dress. And Karen was like, she put that video on there because she trying to get my attention. She trying to get me to do something. Because she said something like, not to grind down. She was like, I don't fuck with her. I don't fuck with her. I'm not going to respond to that.
So now what do you do? Just
So
keep on being thirsty?
home.
Like, stop coming from Karen. She ain't feeling.
She don't fuck with you. That's what she said. So the flashlight in the vagina conversation came back up, and this time Jacqueline said, "Oh, you mean when I had a yeast infection?"
Now this is more reason for me not to go down there. You feeling some type of way, and you want me to go look? No, I think you should go get that checked out.
Want somebody to go down there and look at that. That doesn't even make sense. Y'all keep changing the story every time.
Y'all are not only freaky, y'all are disgusting.
It's disgusting. And so,
I mean, it's not even salacious. It's just y'all are whack. Like,
yeah.
I don't even believe y'all are. Well, maybe. I mean, because the dude did get your car down payment on your car. I think that's a lot to ask. I don't think it's beyond me to help my friend if I'm in the position with a down payment on a car. If they can handle the payments, you know what I'm saying? On a Porsche, though, I'm helping you get a Porsche, like.
But like you said, but the thing was, if I'm driving a Porsche, then my friend should be driving the Porsche. If she wouldn't have said that, none of that would even came up.
She's one of those people that does stuff for you and then wants to bring that shit up.
Wants everybody to know that this is what I did for her. So Robin come in late, as usual. And when she came in.
Then first, you also said G ain't got no money, but he had enough money to get that girl in that Porsche, though, didn't he?
That was another lie she had came up with. So Robin came in late, and she noticed Deborah was back there. So she leaned over and told Candace, you know, that's the girl Ashley said Chris was flirting with. Ashley turned around and looked back at that they go Robin. And Robin was like, I know, right? I was like, yeah. Because Candace was looking like, I know you lying. I know you lying. She was like, nope, I'm with you. Candace said she don't believe in Sesame Street characters. Okay,
Giselle didn't believe it. By the way, when she was at that bar, Giselle was like, well, go on, bring me the shots then, because y'all are full of it.
Girl. So the show started, and it started with a comedy show. And then after the comedy show, then Karen came out. She came out looking cute, you know. She thanked everybody for coming out, and then she basically introduced her next guest, Jasmine Matters. So everyone is acting confused, but here's my thing, because they all like, I thought it was this, I thought it was that. I was like, how could y'all have thought it was anything? Because Karen never said what it was. She never said what it was. And you know,
seems like it was Matt's production, and Karen just helped him get a little shine.
Yeah, it's a variety show, but here's the thing, it made more sense. Even when they did the questions and answers, because Ashley said, I thought they was gonna ask Karen the question, but Karen was up there answering the questions as well. The whole thing was way more entertaining. It's like, would y'all want to just sit there and watch Karen for 3 hours?
No.
That don't make sense.
Because we don't even know she doesn't do anything.
Right. So the way she did it,
Not
to
like
me,
as
made
song
sense.
and dance entertainment. That's not what she does.
It was better than actually sitting up there doing damn TikTok dances.
Karen went to their show, was like, I could do better than that. And then Matt was like, this is what we gonna do. Diana Ross, drag queens. It was like Hamburger Mary's. Like, you know, you go to Hamburger Mary's, little drag show.
Right. And then they try to be shady and they're gonna say Karen was on the whole stage for 29 minutes, but it was a 75-minute show. She was the host. She did her thing. She did her thing. It was all right, Karen. I ain't think about them because the way she explained it to me, when you go back to the way she explained it, that's what the hell happened.
That's what
the
it
shit.
was.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's what it was. What she said, and y'all was confused, like, what? Wait, so what is it? That's exactly what it was. How she said it, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Shit. And they looked like they had fun. Because they was all up dancing and in the crowd, the place was packed.
And entertainment. We did not watch Ashley do TikToks.
No, and then when I went on there, because you know, like I said, I looked it up. They had CC Peniston on there, and they had like a chef girl. Like I know Giselle was ordering French fries and stuff, but no, they had a chef that had his own little menu and stuff on there that looked really good. Like
so
she had it really nice. Yeah. So Ashley, when it was all said and done, Ashley gonna say, "Oh, Candace, I didn't get to introduce you to my friend Deborah." So Deborah wants to go to her. She was like, "This the one was flirting, said my man was touching on her." Well, no, I didn't say he was touching on me. But she tried to tell the story, you know, his elbows kept getting closer.
Somebody said he was touching her butt. Now, from I like your shirt, but somebody did say he was over there touching her butt.
That's what they said. That's what Giselle said. Child. That dang on Mia gonna say now Wendy and Candace, they about 8.5, but that dang Deborah, she about a 4.5. She was like, she cute, but she ain't cute. I was like, what?
I feel like you're right, and you got a lot of nerve at the same time, Mia.
Yeah. So Ashley didn't like the response, or Candace didn't get turned up the way she wanted her to get turned up. So she says to Candace, I know you have some weird feelings about my friend. And Candace was like, nope, we're not doing this with you. And she's like, why are you trying to dismiss my friend?
Dismiss her? I don't know her. I don't have to talk to her. You brought her here.
Right. No, I'm not talking to her. She said she ain't talked to no Sesame Street characters, okay? She need to go over there and find some kids to read and count to, okay? Because she ain't doing that.
To go count some letters and some numbers, and I was done.
At the end of it all, Candace was like, I'm not dealing with no Sesame Street characters, and she walked away. And I'm like, Ashley, epic failure. It didn't work. This whole plane that you thought you was gonna bring here, you want to look at this girl and was like, y'all got to be kidding me. Y'all not gonna play in my face like that. And it was over. Okay, it was all over. Next week we're going to Mexico for Ashley's birthday. Then Mia and Jacqueline is gonna have their little fallout. Mia got the nerve to say, keep your legs closed to married men. Really? Then you invited?
She was at the beach.
Then you invite her
and
to
the
the
man
legs?
was married.
That's what the scene was like?
I can't with Mia.
That's what she said. She don't know. She can't keep up with the lines. She also said
she brought G down to the beach when he was married, and you know.
Yeah. And Karen and Sharice, they're gonna have their argument the moment that Sharice has been waiting for. I hope she get what she want. Okay. Look like Karen gonna give her the business though. So
I don't think
we'll see. That's gonna be next week. Then we should be close to the end. We should at least have what?
I
Huh?
know there's probably 12 or 14. I don't
You
know.
said you
I
don't know
know.
what?
I don't know how many there are.
Yeah,
This
give about 2
internet
days in
acting crazy.
Mexico. All right, y'all. My son is asleep, so go ahead, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification button, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.